She comes across like diamonds, diamonds, easy in love when the lights are low. She comes into focus, focus, the closer she gets, the more I know. She takes more whiskey than I wine.
Okay, this is one that some of you have been waiting for with anticipation. Tonight I started off with Glenlivet 12. Was it double wood or something wood? It had two different kinds of wood. It's more fruity than the old one was. Then I had a stock and barrel blend of a Canadian blend, which was very nice. And after the Canadian blend, I went back to Mortlach 12 Wee Witchy because it finally opened up and reached its potential after 5 months of being open. Now, I had an opportunity back when the Glenmorangie 14 came out. I went to the liquor store, and when I saw it, I bought it on site because I loved the 12-year-old Glenmorangie Quinta Ruban. Now, this was the 14-year-old. It cost me $88.99. Plus, of course, the usual stuff that is on top of that, like GST and liquor tax and 10-cent bottle deposit. So, great. But then I went to another store, a private store, not a BC liquor store, and I saw they still had the 12-year-old. So right away, a little light flashed up in my head and said, well, why don't you do them side to side? And so this one cost me, the 12 was $90.49. So it was like $1.50 more than the other one. So pretty much the same price. Anyways, I got them both here. I have here the 14, and I have here the 12. I'm going to try them both side by side. First of all, we'll take some dust off of there. Let's get them out of the boxes. It's got one of these things. Okay. There's the 14. And here comes the 12. What might be interesting is to come back to them after some time, after they have opened up. There's the 12. So we got them both right here. I will proceed to open them up and pour a dram of each. I have water. There's the top of that one. And there's a pull tab here somewhere. That first one was easy. The second one might be tricky. Where are you? Oh, do you go this way? Oh, you go this way. The other way. Ah, okay. White cap on the 14, black cap on the 12. Stronger pop on the 14. Quig size dram. Oh, I did that wrong already, didn't I? I put the cork from one on the bottle of the other. Okay, let's get them right. Correct cork on correct bottle. And let's tilt the whole thing down so that you can see what I'm doing maybe. There, how's that? Does that seem to work better? Oh yeah, like so. Okay, here's the 12. And here is the 14. All right. On the nose. Yeah. Sweet port. Trails of droplets. Ah. This one also has trails of droplets, though not as many. This is bottled at 46%. And this is bottled at 46%. Is one darker than the other? Is the 14 darker than the 12? Does it make a difference which side they're on? Here's the 14. Here's the 12. I'd say they're about identical because the one that's closer to the light is always lighter. That would be this one here. To me, they look about identical. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Let's go over the 14. No. $12. 14. $12. 14. On the nose, they both smell about the same. I get dark fruity notes here with the 12. And I also get dark fruity notes with the 14. But the 14 seems to be a little bit richer. The 14 seems to be a little bit darker in the nose. While the 12 seems to be a bit lighter on the nose. It's only very slightly. The 14 is looking darker than the 12 for a second there. Let's swap places again. Yeah, now because it's farther from the light, the 12 looks darker than the 14. Yeah. Okay. 12 and 14. I'm going to taste them now. This is a weird angle, isn't it? I think that's a little better. Beautiful, fruity, and woody. That's the 12. Lovely. How about the 14? The 14 seems to have a little more going on. At first on the nose, and also on the palate. 12 again, second sip. Oh, that is special. The 14 has just slightly more wood tannins, woody notes, and just a tiny little bit more fruit. And the fruits are dark fruits, dark ripe fruits. If I didn't have them side by side, if I had had one and had another one maybe a week later, I would not be able to tell the difference. Yeah, a little more woody, a little more tannins on the 14, and the fruits are a little darker. Maybe it's just because there's a little more. So I'm guessing both were originally 10 years in bourbon, ex-bourbon barrels. And the 12 was 2 years in port cask, and the 14 was 4 years in port cask. There isn't that much difference, really. Let's have a drop. One drop. Make it about even. Okay. 3 drops each. Maybe I should let them sit for a couple minutes while I have an oat cake to cleanse my palate a little more. I'm getting desensitized to the port. I will say that the trails of droplets on the 12 are more uniform and orderly than the droplets on the 14, if that means anything. As far as I know, the glasses were washed at the same time on the same day. Put that away. All right. 12 with a bit of water. I'm getting a lot less of the fruitiness on the nose. The 12 with water is still quite fruity. Yet now I'm getting a little bit of tannins from the oak coming in. $14. Also has a lot less nose than it did before I added water. More oak tannins on the 14. equally fruity. It's as fruity as the 12, but more oak. Not more fruit. See, the way it works is that with the fruit, if you have a sherry cask and you put something that's been aged in bourbon casks only into it, it doesn't take long for the fruit from the sherry cask to completely mix with the whiskey that's inside. So it's not going to be more fruity with longer exposure to the sherry cask than the 12-year-old. The 14 is not going to be more fruity than the 12-year-old because, like I was saying, it doesn't take long. I think it's 6 months or so, and the whole sherry thing is mixed with the whiskey that's in there, in the cask. But what you do get with longer exposure in the cask is more wood, because even though the previous contents of the cask have mixed with the present contents of the cask completely, with the longer exposure to the wood, there will be more wood influence, if that makes any sense. I was at a whiskey tasting, I suppose you could say, with Dr. Don Livermore, and he explained that to me. I hope that I was able to convey it across. Well, he didn't only explain it to me, he explained it to everyone who was in the master class. That's nice. It's very nice. This one's very nice too, but it has a little more of the oak tannin. They're equally fruity. This one just has more oak tannins in it. And the 14 has more oak tannins than the 12. Do I prefer one over the other? I can't really say. At this point in time, it was a neck pour. I would like them both equally. Is one better than the other? At this point in time, I can't tell. But I will come back and perhaps try them again, side by side, maybe when the fill level is lower, if that will make any difference. I promise to pour one of each. Every time I pour one, I will pour the same amount of the other to bring the bottle levels down about the same. Slancheva.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food quick.
Yeah.